Every time a new champion or a champion rework gets their new voice lines, you guys gobble it up no matter how pointless the lines are. And let me tell you, pointless Mundo's lines are. But even though Mundo isn't really expanding the universe, his voice lines still hide some cool Easter eggs, all of which are related to his own story. Which also means that I will repeat myself a lot, because the point of Mundo's story is that he lost his memory as they experimented on him. And there's not much else, because he doesn't remember his encounter with the previous boss. To him it is as if that never happened. Anyway, with all of that said, thanks to SkinSpotlights, let's have a look at how exactly pointless Mundo's lines are.
Hey singing lady, Mundo's song go doot 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 doot.
Of course, as it is with all champions right releases these days, everyone needs to mock Seraphine.
You need heart transplant, Grey Lady.
Kinda ironic, because the heart transplant is the entire point of Camille's story. Despite all her augments, she always considered herself being herself until the moment her heart had to be replaced with the Hextech engine. From that point on, she got further from being a human and a lot closer to being a machine.
Oh, you seem like reasonable person. You must be Doctor too.
This is interesting because from Mundo's perspective, all the doctors that experimented on him did really crazy things. But to him, it all seemed normal. That was simply what doctors did. And so now when he sees a crazy person, he simply thinks they are another doctor. That's why, even though this line is really meant to be a joke, it has a double meaning, because this is exactly how Mundo could react.
Ah, Dr. Heimerwiener. Always nice to meet fellow genius.
I kinda hope that Heimerwiener becomes a meme. A few years from now, I hope Heimerwiener is one of the surprise party skins.
Patient Jax, we need to talk about your eyeball numbers.
Funnily enough, this is the first time ever that anyone mentioned that Jax may have more eyes. Even though technically, according to the story, unless he got really corrupted by the void, he still should have only 2. That is, if he is considered a troll. But the mask was never explained. I'm glad to see that Mundo is the first one to mention it.
Hey, me know you! You that famous pharmacist.
Then we have these interactions with Singed. We still don't have Mundo's color story, so we don't know if Riot has plans to further enhance his story. But still, it wouldn't be out of question for Singed to consider Mundo a great candidate for his experiment, where he wants to sew a weaker body to a stronger one and prolong people's lives. This was all explained in the creepiest story League of Legends ever got. And deep inside, a lot of the lore nerds were hoping that Mundo would become Singed's next breaker. Breaker is the term for the stronger person in Singed's experiments. But yeah, at least it is great to see that Mundo is referencing Singed. But we don't know if he met him after he lost his mind, and that's why he knows who he is, or if Mundo still barely remembers him. Then again, all of this is in-game voice lines. I don't really think he met Heimerwiener before.
Dr. Singed? Oh, me big fan. Ate all your books.
And of course, remember that Singed is actually a very famous scientist in Piltover. It's only that when people are not looking, he kidnaps them and then cuts them to pieces for scientific reasons.
Hello, you sign in with Nurse?
And yeah, as I mentioned in our last video about Mundo, it was confirmed that the raccoon next to him is Mundo's nurse. But we still don't have more info on it. Just know that when he's referencing his nurse, that's who he's talking about.
You patient or donor? It not matter, me do same thing.
Now, this line is out of character, because Mundo genuinely believes that by cutting people and smashing them with metal things, he is healing them. So according to his logic, dealing with a donor would not be the same thing as healing them. Or, you know, it kinda would. But even he knows that a donor wouldn't be there to be healed. I don't know, Mundo is confusing me now.
That be 2 blundered monies, please.
Blundered monies. I wonder if he's talking about a currency he made up, or if he's actually somehow referencing Zonite money.
Paging Dr. Mundo. Ooh, this is Dr. Mundo. You're wanted in the sick people place stat.
This is cool on so many different levels. First of all, because Mundo has been in the asylum for quite some time, he's most likely just replicating what he had heard there many times. That's the assistants calling doctors through the comms. But on top of that, because here Mundo is essentially acting as both himself, the doctor, and the nurse, I wonder if the raccoon can't actually speak, and Mundo is just dubbing it. I just really hope that raccoon appears in the color story, and I hope Mundo will be talking instead of it.
Me should get second opinion. What you think? Ooh, me concur. Huh, great, we agree then. Him nice guy.
I don't have much to say about this one. It's just great.
Labels say may cause torn clothes, mood swings, purpleness. Me watch for that.
Ha! Mood swings? Mundo doesn't have those. Seriously though, this is a cool reference, because since he's looking at some kind of a label, he is clearly looking through folders about himself. Which simply said is the data the doctors had back when Mundo was still kind of a normal man.
Sometimes me wonder, who is me to play God? Then me remember, me Mundo.
I know that this is a reference to doctors playing as gods, but funnily enough, Mundo can be translated as the world.
Mundo not remember Mundo before Mundo was Mundo.
That's exactly right, that's the point of his entire bio.
Nurse, hold Mundo calls.
Well, the poor raccoon is without a job.
It's medicine o'clock somewhere.
A reference to it's always high noon somewhere in the world.
Different. Clear. Ooh, that tickles.
Think about how much fun the voice actor had in the booth. Anyway, yes, in-game Mundo can electrocute himself. But interestingly enough, that was never mentioned in the story, just like the purple canisters in his shoulders. It kinda seems like those canisters are what is electrocuting him, but I don't think that's the case. Even though the mysterious zoonite purple technology does occasionally shoot lightnings. But at least in-game it's all blue and not purple. So who knows, maybe Mundo has an electrical heart all this time.
The head bone's connected to the cleaver bone.
A reference to a known song, which is funny to see again, because originally the old Scion was referencing this, but with his rework it was removed.
Hand bone connected to the axe bone connected to your face bone.
So Mundo gave it a comeback.
Medical school. Yes, Mundo probably went there.
See, probably, because once again Mundo lost his memory. And because based on his clothing and where he assumed he was also a doctor. Just like everyone around him, he also assumed he went to a medical school.
Mundo miss old office, the one with pillows on walls.
This is great because this is actually mentioned in the bio. He's describing the room in the Oswald Asylum where he was taken the first time. That's where he realized he was probably a doctor. And that's why he thinks it was his old office.
These hex-rays look fine. That's what me'd say if me took hex-rays.
I wonder if this confirms that an X-ray is a real technology in Piltover. Just there, because they are using Hextech, it is a hex-ray. Either way, out of all the voice lines, this is probably the only one that actually expands the world. If this is canon.
Let's see, which way? Nope, this not right. Ooh, maybe that way.
I'm sad to see this wasn't a reference to Mundo going wherever he pleases.
Mundo goes where he pleases.
Never mind. Is it me or is this line just weird now? Mundo in general is weird, but this line suddenly became out of place. Does he go wherever Mundo pleases? Or is he following potential patients in Zone?
You in good hands!
Don't remind me of what we could have had. But yeah, that's it for Mundo. As I said, the voice lines are not really anything big. He didn't really reveal anything new about the world, and that's kinda the point of Mundo. He's just sitting in Zone trying to be helpful. And that's literally what he is. Riot, it is still not too late. You can connect him to Singed and make him so much better by actually...